Hey, it's Ryan Cavino with Northeast Realty Partners and RyanCavinoRealEstate.com bringing you the bank-owned update for Cambridge, Massachusetts. And what we're doing here is we're going to show you what has sold for bank owns, what's on the market for bank owns, and what they previously sold for, and the price discrepancy between when they were last purchased and what they sold for now. So let's dive right in with a two-bedroom, two-bath at the Regatta Museum, 8 to 12 Museum Way. Everyone knows these two buildings. Um, this property is in good condition. It's missing a stove, but on the whole, you can see here that the painting, the walls, none of that's been compromised. There might be some stains in the rugs, but you can clean those out or put in new rugs. And looking at this too, you got some tile and some new tile and some kind of modern features. And this kitchen can certainly be 100% brought back to life. The white and black contrast is really pretty, and with the right accents for colors around the wall and putting in new appliances, it will look awesome. Let's see. I know the property history is going to bring up everything in Museum Way, so I might regret have done that. So what we'll do is we'll hit the public record in a second when this recalculates. But if you're not familiar with the Regatta, there's about 430 units in the building, and this property has a condo fee in the $700 range. So let's pull up the public record, and bear with me because this might take a second to. Here we go. Hmm. I think this is it here. Unit 1329. It was purchased in October 2010 for $451,500. That is correct. So let's go ahead and find out what the previous history was like. Bank took it back to 361, and the person who lost it paid 491. So not a huge discrepancy there. 491, the guy paid for it back in '06, and this person picked it up for 451 after the bank took it back. We don't know exactly for what for, but we do know that the person purchased it for 451,500 and last sold for 491 before that. Let's check out a one bedroom. This one bedroom sold for 270, and I'm familiar with this unit. The pics are alright. I mean, it's a dark unit, probably needs some bright paint, and some cabinets can be salvaged. A nice piece of granite over that, like the contrast we saw in the other one, would be a good mix of white versus black here. And let's see if we get some. I'm surprised that this doesn't show up here. 1128. They have not shown the updated buyer yet because it still has it as Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, and they took it back for 307 back in July, and the person paid for that beforehand paid 392 in 2005, and as you know, it sold for 270. So back in 2005, this unit was going for close to 400,000, and now in 2010, late 2010, early 2011, they got it for about $125,000 less. So if you can see an opportunity for a one bedroom in the Museum Way and anywhere between 250 and 300, it is an absolute deal. We got one Dana Way, which is a different type of unit. It's a 345 square foot one bedroom, one bath. It is not big whatsoever, but it's 135. It's 135,000 with the $157 condo fee, and it's perfect for like a student who is who's close to Harvard or MIT or something, someone who is right out of college or just looking to downsize. And let's see what this property once went for. purchased in November for 135, and before that, it was purchased. It was taken back by the bank for 170, and somebody bought it in 1995 for 175, which probably doesn't seem too. It's high. I mean, 1995 was 15 years ago, so to think that somebody got it for $35,000 less than what it was selling for in 1995 is a pretty good deal. So that's a good property for long-term hold and rent for somebody. I think that with the condo fee of 157, let's see what the mortgage payment would be. Let's say it's an investor living there. He's putting 25% down. They pay 135. They're getting a rate of 5.5 and 802. I'm sure that can rent for more than 802 all day long if they decide to move on from it and rent it out. Now we have a building, a three-family building on Howard Street. Unit 1 and Unit 2 are available. Unit 1's in the market for $322. It's a 3-bedroom, 1-bath, and it's in decent shape, but you can see that Unit 2 is also available, and what that does, it makes it difficult to finance the property. So any federal loan program like FHA is not going to fly, simply because that they don't want to lend on a property that has another bank-owned unit in there. So if this one's bank-owned and Unit 2 is bank-owned, they're going to say, you're going to find a conventional financing, which means they have to put more money down. And I think 322 is really overpricing it right now, especially with the 3-bedroom on the second floor in similar condition. I mean, similar amenities. And this has, it looks like, no, it's still 1 bath, but it's also 3 bedrooms. It's about 200 square feet less, but it's also $214,900. So I don't know who in their right mind would buy Unit 1 for $322 when Unit 2 is available for $214,900. And then we have, I think, hold on, let's double check this, because I believe someone bought this as a multifamily, and I don't think the condos were flipped, but we'll find out. Nothing ever sold. Tried as a multifamily in 2005 for $825 and $750 and $699 and $650, and they ended up chasing the market. They said, hey, let's try it, see if we can convert these to condos, and didn't work out. Tried it at different prices and ultimately did not sell, and the bank ended up taking it back. So I wonder what's up with that property. I don't think anybody's in Unit 3. I imagine it's completely vacant. It could be a good deal if you can get all 3 units in the 150 to 175 range. Lastly, 551 Franklin, Unit B. It's a 616 square foot, 2-bedroom, 1-bath. It looks to be in decent condition. From the outside of the building, it looks like this unit will be bigger than 616 square feet, but there is 3 units in this structure, and I don't know where Unit B would be in the layout, but it's probably first floor right here, one of these levels, one of the sides, and then the other. Unit 3 would probably be this level, and the third, you can kind of see a balcony right there. And let's see if this was a condo project or it sold for $279 in 2002, canceled, and then Unit 2 may have sold for $470 in 2006, which would be amazing. Oh wow. So there's the balcony, and I believe, because you can see the eaves here, that's the 3rd floor. So I think my suspicions are correct here that it's Unit A, B, and 2, quite possibly. But that $470 price tag was back in 2006. So Unit 1 sold for $500,000, and this is a 1,100 square foot unit. So this Unit B that we're looking at is this is the unit, garden level with windows above grade. So it looks like that the property is the basement or first floor unit. And let's go back to our subject photo, and this is probably the first floor, and I guess the basement unit would be this unit, Unit B, basement, not A, B, C, 1, 2, and B. Alright, so let's see what someone bought this for. 2002 paid $279. It's assessed at 277 now. I do think that it's still high, and this property needs to sell around 200 to 215,000. So hopefully that'll happen. But this is the Cambridge Mass Bank owned update. You can search all of the actives, including these actives we just looked at Howard Street and Franklin, by going to the page above where it says search, and you can get search by property, price, and you'll be good to go. So if you have any questions, Ryan at ryancavino.com.